guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another First Division review show. I'm here as usual with Cian Menton. Cian, another week, Athlone 2, Cobh Ramblers 1, and a disappointing one for Cobh again, because they led in this game and obviously conceded 2 goals in the last 20 minutes to lose the game. But a big win for Athlone because they went 3 without 3 defeats actually in the bounce there.
Yeah, massive win for them. They had their chances in the first half now as well, but look, Cobh will be kicking themselves. They were ahead in the game again. We've seen it now on a number of games this season, so I think Cobh overall at the start, I'm not going to say they aim high expectation-wise, but they'd be a little disappointed they're not where they should be now at this minute in time. So I was looking at the game, Athlone kind of got 2 goals fairly quickish in the game, and, the momentum just swung, and it was all Athlone. And I have to say, Athlone dug deep in the game. They got the result, and I think that showed a lot about Athlone, considering the run of form that they're on the last couple of games. They could have easily settled for a draw there in the game and been happy with it. So I just thought the way they kicked into gear, especially after they scored, to get another quick goal straight away with doing it and stuff, it's something that you like to see in the team, and there's a bit of fight about them.
Yeah, they're third in the league now, actually joined with UCD. But Cobh, 1 win and 9, which would be disappointing. 5 points, like they're obviously only ahead of Wexford. They have 4 points behind Cork City, as an example, and 8 points behind Treaty in 7th. Yeah. After getting close to the playoffs last season, they'd be disappointed with its start, I think, won't they? Big time.
Yeah, they'd be disappointed, but you look, that they don't set themselves, like, we wouldn't set themselves as high standards at all, so I think they'll be disappointed. Like, they'll expect better from themselves, but like, people looking from the outside looking in probably didn't expect them to be up there anyway, but I did think they'd be a little bit closer considering the season they had last year, albeit a half season.
Yeah, definitely. Cabinteely 2, Treaty United 1. A great result for Cabinteely. I can't judge them at all. It's a very strange one. Strange one as well, because Water scored after 45 minutes, McSweeney 48, and LeBouche was 50. So all in a clump, those goals came. Cabinteely up to 4th now, only a point behind UCD, for example. And suddenly Treaty dropped down to 7th on 13 points. Mind you, they're only 3 points off UCD, you know what I mean? But great result for Cabinteely. We probably haven't given them too much credit, because I think we've seen them as a team that were going to start off and we kind of said, as the usual, they're falling off. But let's be honest, they're still in there very much so, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very much in there. They have to be. Like, they have to be spoke about with the way the results that they're picking up. But, you get a mixed bag. You don't know whether they're going to lose 2-0 or win 2-0, or, you don't know which Cabinteely side is going to show.
I find them the hardest team to judge in the First Division, to be honest with you. I really do.
I think that's a worry for them, though.
Yeah.
They're so inconsistent. So that's the only thing that stopped me putting them up the table, because you don't know which side is going to show up. I didn't see the full game of this. I kind of only watched that 20 minutes and the 20 minutes before the madness of goals, and then just the last 15. Because honestly, I just didn't have time this weekend with all the games coming on Friday, and we're around coming on Monday and all. It's just been hectic. So
very difficult to get them all in, to be fair.
I haven't got them all in, but I've seen all the goals and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think, like you'd say, Cabinteely delighted with the win. But, on the other hand, nobody wants to lose to Cabinteely, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful, but, you don't want to drop 3 points to Cabinteely. You don't mind as such dropping 3 points to a Shelbourne and all like that. I think it's more of a mindset thing. But
I think, yeah.
Look, I'd settle for a loss against Shelbourne before I'd say a loss against Cabinteely, and I think that's another thing that teams would be disappointed with. But look, Treaty have come into the league. They're still very much in there. They're still up there, and look, they'll be disappointed to lose that game. They won't be happy with themselves. But in saying that where they are now, they probably exceeded expectations already. So, it's the key is to keep it going. You can exceed expectations for 2 and 3 weeks. But if you don't keep it going, forget about it. Nobody says, "Oh, these were having a great season," and no, 2 years' time, people will be saying, nobody will be talking about the start they had. It's all about where you finish. So I wouldn't be too upset now for Treaty. It really is a much a building process there.
100%. Cork City won, Galway United won at Turner's Cross, and Baxter gave Cork the lead after 81. But they let Galway get an equaliser late on. When I say let, the fact that Galway were down to 10 men, Keane, and unfortunately they couldn't hold on. I was talking to a guy from Cork, and he thought that the game management wasn't great there. They could have had opportunities to even nick a 2-0 as such, but he said that he wasn't happy with the game management. So, look, in isolation, again, it's an all right result for Cork, but I take every game on its merits. I think it's a disappointing result for Cork there, to be fair. What do you think yourself?
Yeah, when you concede in the last minute like they did, it's always disappointing to not win the game. So, that's the only thing. I think if they would have bit your hand off for a draw before the game. And I think Galway probably would as well. So I think a draw, both teams suited both teams. I think Cork needed to win more than Galway, even though Galway are still in a bit of a mess.
They're still 3 points behind UCD, Galway, but if you're talking about first place, they're a bit adrift now, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So, everyone in the first division is playing for first place because, the playoffs, anything can happen. So I'd be disappointed if I was Cork to lose the game or to draw the game the way they did, to lose them 2 points, like with a matter of seconds to go, and the game is an absolute killer.
Because it would have been a huge win for them. Like, it would have put them on 11 points and Galway be on 12 if they hung on.
The first goal was just, I don't know if you've seen it, like, what a strike. Like,
Baxter, yeah.
Oh my God, that's probably up there with the best I've seen in the first.
Should have been the winning goal.
It should have been. Everyone should have been talking about it. But they disappoint me week in, week out. And I'll be honest with you, I think they're going to be in the first division for a while.
Yeah, you don't think they're going to get back into the hunt for the playoffs, even, really?
Yeah, they could get into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's possible.
But
yeah.
I don't see them beating a team in the Premier Division at the minute. So, I wouldn't worry about Cork City.
No, I don't think so either, to be honest. Galway United, though, from their part, obviously gone down to 10 men or whatever. But, they're spluttering in second gear along there, aren't they, at the moment? They're getting a win, but they're not backing it up really the next week. And that's where they're missing out now at the moment, isn't it, a little bit?
Yeah. I don't know. I think a draw, though, I'd be happy with that.
In the circumstances, delighted. Yeah.
I'd be happy with a draw now. Yeah. Going to Turner's Cross, so they expected better. I think everyone expected better. I wasn't too
enthusiastic.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, I really wasn't. They added McCormick. Who's probably the only player that they've added that could really make a difference, in my opinion. They didn't really add, like, in fairness, like, you look at Cork and they're adding Beattie and they're adding they have Giroud, Morrissey. They have players that can play, and I'm not saying Galway don't, but I think Cork actually recruited better than Galway, in my opinion.
But arguably Galway were stronger. Well, I don't know. It's actually hard to say, isn't it? It's different. They're different clubs, aren't they, as well? Yeah. And obviously, Cork coming down with a young team, with the confidence being knocked from last season. I suppose Galway you felt a bit more confidence coming from them, I suppose, and how Caulfield done. I think that's it, Cian. It's more what Caulfield done when he came in, more so than the squad they assembled. You get me?
Yeah.
I think that plays into it, doesn't it, a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. And I think Galway have higher expectations than Cork City. Which is absolutely madness. If someone told you this 3 years ago, you know what I mean?
I think Cabinteely have higher expectations than Cork City at the moment.
I'm glad you said that way.
It's usually you getting into trouble, so. Oh God, I think we'll move on. We'll move on to Wexford and Bray Wanderers. That's a good time to move on. And Wexford nil, Bray Wanderers 1. I had a feeling Bray might pinch this, Keane, as well. But I don't know if you've seen any of this game, but I think Bray will be happy with the 3 points. Obviously, it's 3 wins in a row for them and brings them back up into it. Wexford, I'll tell you one thing about Wexford before we talk about Bray as such there, but I think Larkin Fitzgerald coming in as player assistant, I think that's a good move, actually, because they need a bit of experience, I think.
Oh, he's going to be more of an assistant than he is a player.
Yeah, he got a bad injury, didn't he, as well?
I can't see him playing. I can't see him being a main man in the team or anything like it. He's an assistant manager. He's coming to the very end of his career now, but he's probably had to hanging on for a year or two longer, let's say, than people expected. But Locke's is a fantastic person in the league, and he knows the league, and I think that's very important. Ian is the same. He knows the league, so you're getting players in. You're getting coaches in now that know what they're talking about. They've been around the league. They've been around the block. So I'd be upbeat about it, and I think the performance, they can take an awful lot from it against probably the informed team in the country.
What differences have you seen so far at Wexford at the moment compared to?
Well, it's always that bounce,
Just the bounce, pretty much, yeah.
It's more solidity. It's more. They look like they have more to offer. And I think that says a lot for me. Look, it's 1 week in, the long way to go for the 2 lads. But, it's something exciting there. New manager, you don't know what you're going to get out of them. It's great to see new people in the league, like I spoke about last week, I think. But, I'd be very much excited to see how this pans out. But, next week is a big one for them. Give them another full week and then a game, and let's see what happens.
I think the biggest issue for them at the moment is obviously goals. I think it's easier to score 2 goals in 9 games. I know they've conceded 22. Well, I think it's a little bit easier to get a team a bit organised and defensively sounder than it is to try and, be a bit more expansive while you're trying to do that and score goals. Yeah, it's the hardest. It really is the hardest thing to do in football, scoring goals, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's a tough balance to find. My opinion is that we shut the back door
first.
And, I always make sure that's right for myself as a coach and stuff. Make sure we get that sorted. Once we have that sorted, then we try and get on the front foot. But look, these lads know what they're doing. I think Wexford are in good hands here, and it's something exciting. But Bray, look, another win, informed team in the country at the minute. 3 weeks ago they hadn't won a game. Everyone's gone mad. Now I keep reminding people every week on this how quickly things change. Now Bray are being talked about again to push Shells all the way.
2 points from UCD if you think about it.
Let's see what happens. But look, you can't complain. A 1-0 win, fantastic.
Yeah, they'd be delighted with that. And I suppose the big game of the weekend, Keane, was Shelbourne 3, UCD 1 at Talca Park. John scored again, and Brennan got 2 goals again. I mean, that's 6 goals in 8 games for Brennan O'Brien for UCD. Great result for Shelbourne. And I talked about it actually the other week, how Shelbourne have been doing well, but maybe haven't been quite playing the attacking football they really would like. Did they show a bit of that in this game?
Yeah, they really clicked into gear here. Played fantastic stuff. I thought Ryan Brennan was superb in the game. Honestly, superb. He is.
Where was he playing exactly, Keane, if you remember? Was he attacking midfield, that's on the wing part of the midfield? Because he can show up anywhere, can't he?
Yeah, he was in nearly, I would call it a free role. And I'm not saying that to get out of jail or that from a question.
No, but I think that's where he plays his best football as such, because he can ghost into areas he's licensed.
He was excellent playing off the top man. He was excellent playing off the midfield. I thought he got on the ball really well. And the way he conducted himself with the ball and his decision making was superb. 2 goals, probably deserved his hat-trick after his performance. I'll be honest, he was excellent. And
3-1 at half time, funnily enough, as well. That goal he got right in half time is crucial, I'd imagine, because UCD just got one back, didn't they?
Yeah, so I thought this was a massive game, and Shells bossed it, in my opinion. There was always going to be one winner. When UCD scored that goal, people look and say, right, game on here, which I did as well, because I watched this on Friday night after.
Excuse me.
I watched this on Friday night after the Dundalk and Rovers game. So I thought this would be a great game to watch, and it was. It didn't disappoint, and I was excited for it. And then I seen UCD score and I was rubbing my hands. And then Ryan Brennan puts it in the net. But, you know, it was second half, it was more about consolidating what you have and being tight and being hard to beat. And that's what Shells are doing. They've done it very well. They managed the game fantastically. Had a couple of chances. UCD had a chance or two as well. But, you know, the game panned out 3-1 and Shells deservedly winners.
Do you see Shells now pushing on? Like, is it hard for anyone else to win the league, in your opinion? I know they're 5 points clear, but it's just the fact that it's the quality of squad they have as well, isn't it, to go with that?
They have a great squad, but at the same time...
Feet in the ground on that.
They have a great squad, but at the same time, other teams can pick up results, you know? Like you're saying there, look at Bray 3 weeks ago. You know, look at them now. Look how close they are now. I know they're still a few points off, but they're a lot closer than they were 3 weeks ago. So, you know, you just need to keep playing, you need to keep performing and see how you go.
How did you feel about UCD? Do you think they'll be disappointed with the performance, or were they just well beaten by good Shells in the day?
In my opinion, well beaten. I just, you know, they didn't play bad. I just thought Shells were excellent. They done well to get themselves back into the game. They had a little spell there where they scored. And now, I mean, before they scored, like they had a spell and you always felt like a goal was going to come for them. They were making a game, which was great.
Brilliant stuff, guys. We'll leave it there. Thanks for watching as usual. Please like, subscribe, and hit your bell notification button. Cheers again, Keno. Fair play to you, good man.
Cheers.